Good morning and welcome to another Outsider Genie preview of today's racing. Racing today is on Fairview on the poly track. Before we start previewing the races, just a few things that I would quickly like to mention. First of all, the purpose of Outsider Genie is to help you, the punter, to find outsiders that you can put into your play. I've been a form analyzer for um, over 47 years, and I do know where to look for and how to find outsiders. So, if you are maybe a bookmaker or a trainer or somebody looking to get exposure by advertising to racing people and the punter specifically, please, we are looking for a sponsor for this channel, and we would welcome any uh, request for more information about sponsoring this channel. This channel goes out to quite a few groups, WhatsApp groups, Facebook groups, and bulk SMSs. We SMS the links to new people every day. So if you want to subscribe to Outside Genie's form and analysis service, a lot of people call me a tipster. I'm not a tipster. I do form analysis. You get race by race selections, outright winner, and two possible outsider selections per race, value bets to play each way. And our value bets is normally 6 to 1 or higher. Best bet of the day, we don't give you 9 to 10 or 9 to 20 shots that you can find for yourself. But we have given best bets as high as 6 to 1 in the past. We also give you suggested trifecta and quartet selections, and in the past, some of our selections has uh, paid out handsomely. Then we also give you affordable PA between 48 and 96 rand, and we also give you affordable uh, pick six, normally between 96 and 150 rand, around about there. So to make it affordable for you to play those pick sixes, and we have had success in the past where we did catch a pick six for a small amount, paying quite nicely. Now, we do have a special offer for the up to the Vodacom Durban July. If you take a subscription now till the end of July, you pay 400 Rand. Of that, 100 Rand will go into a kitty where we will, on July Day, we will play a pick six, a PA, and a jackpot. And we will play and post post the tickets on a special Vodacom July group, which I will set up with all the people who are participating in this bets. Okay, and then any profit will be divided between subscribers. For the Durban July, I'm planning the following. Pierre Strydom has agreed to give out the junior clients a race by race preview of the day's races of Vodacom Durban July Day, and I do value his input. He is quite a astute form analyzer himself. And that we will try and give you the day or two before the races in order to work out your selections. Then I will give a general preview on non-Pixie races, and that I will post on all the Facebook and WhatsApp groups. But the following will only be available to subscribers. On the day, a few days before the big race day, I will do a preview, a race by race preview of all Pixie races, where I will discuss the horses' chances and point it to possible runners to include in your play. Now, in other words, I'll make 6 videos where um, the right will be for race 4, race 5, race 6. So you will have access to those 6 videos. So for any information, contact me 083 585 55133. We do thank you for that. Then let's then move on. What I'm doing now is I normally do a little bit of feedback on the previous day's racing. So yesterday at the Val was quite a tough day. People did, battle to find winners. So let's quickly see what we did. We did give you Dark Tide, but I mean everybody want to add that, so I'm not going to take any credit for tipping Dark Tide. Then we in the second race we gave you as an outsider for Everlight that ran second, free ran 20, and but we did mention in our video play in my video assessment of the race I did mention that Lord Grantham and Nasply will have can improve and can either win or place. And that is why it's important that you listen to this preview every day, because I do give valuable information, like I will tell you now what happened in another race. And then in race 5, we didn't do too well. We did also tip flashlight. Sheer Talent came in as was a reserve runner, and I did look at it, but at that time of doing the preview, I wasn't sure that was a runner. I did also mention that Last Going West might have a good chance of finishing in the placings. Then we get to race 6. Now, if you go and listen to my preview of the yesterday, you will see that I said 7 Patriots is a horse of a lot of ability and not to be left out, and that the Aussie stable are in form you need to follow. What happens? This horse wins, paying 57 Rand to win, 9 Rand 50 a place. Then I also said I will be amazed if Express on the US wins this race. But unfortunately, well, he did finish second, so he did go close. And then my value bet for the day, one of my value bets was this Roy Tom. Now, Roy Tom was like 25 to 1. And if you did take it for a place, and I did say when I did my video, you must take this each way, cover yourself, and if you've played with the bookmakers, Roy Tom running fourth, you would have made your money back plus a profit on that bet. But then the best thing that happened yesterday, my best bet for the day was Rouge Allure. This horse was 7 to 2, a best bet. I mean, it's not often that people tip 7 to 2 horses. I was so excited when this horse won. He won by more than 5 lengths. I never had a cent on horse because I don't really punt anymore. Because if I do my previews, it's better if I don't have a money interest, because then I can preview any horse, because I'm not previewing. I'm not tipping according to my pocket. But for me, the excitement was in that I'm studying form, and then I can recommend to people a horse that's 7 to 2, best bet of the day, and he's going to win by 5 lengths. And for me, that is an achievement. I'm proud of it, and I was so excited about that, and I'm still excited about it. And I hope I can continue giving winners like that to punters, because that's what I love to do. For me, it's not always all about the money. It's also using my skills and talent to find winners. And then people wants to back them can back them. Those who don't want to don't have to. Then in this race, my selections was number 2, Ula. Ula was value bet, play each way. That paid 2 Rand 80 a place. Then my outsider selections was 1 and 6. They ran 3rd and 4th. So if you took those 3 and you boxed it with the favorite, sorry, you would have gotten a quartet for 360 Rand. You would have gotten back 1,177 Rand. Guys, I don't know. You know, if this is not good tipping, then I don't know what is good tipping. Then also in the last race, my 2 outsider selections, because as I always say, I give 2 outsider selections. I give an outright winner. That is the horse that I think that will win. And then I give 2 outsider selections. Now my 2 outsider selections ran 1st and 2nd. Persica 10 to 1, and then 15 Philadelphia. And the exacta on that paid 56 Rand. So you would have gotten, if you played at the box, you've gotten you 54 to 2 you would have gotten on this. I mean, that is an achievement. And then the other horse that I tipped was Mind Reader. That finished 5th, unfortunately. That was my outright selection. But Persica won 10 to 1. So if you followed Outsider Genie, you would have been in the money. And that is why I'm doing this preview. But unfortunately, I see this. I post this quite widely. Very few people watch this video. I don't know why. Because the information that I give in these videos are really, it is value, and you're getting it for free. So now that I've bragged enough about my achievement yesterday, let's look at today's racing. I start off the racing today in race 2, as race 1 is a juvenile, which I always say to guys, keep your money in your pocket. Don't play the juveniles. weight, and so I don't do tipping on juveniles. So let's look at the betting for race number 2. Okay, I'm just waiting for this to load. I had it all set up. Okay, so let's go. But just for the guys who wanted to know, in race 1, number 3 Calgary 17 to 20. The other day in Durban, a horse of similar ox, or 2-year-old, was back and he lost the race. People lost a lot of money. But if you're willing to buy money at 17 to 20, go for it. I can't tell you what to do with your money. And the same year, race 2, 13 to 20. This number 8 does have a chance. I'll discuss it now. But 13 to 20, no, I won't be rushing to the bookmakers. Thank you, but no thank you. Race 4, 15 to 2. Race 13, 8 to 1. Race 2, 10 to 1. Race 2. Number 13, Field of Thunder, 8 to 1. Number 2, Elusive Joker, 10 to 1. Number 7, Jeffrey Palace, 10 to 1. St. Patrick's Flame, 16 and 25 and longer, the rest. So let's look at the race. Now, in this race, let's have a look at some of our selections. Guys, I just want to apologize if I scroll up and down, because I find it very difficult to scroll up and down with this PDF document. So sometimes I scroll past and I have to go back, and then I have to wait for it. So here we have number 2, Elusive Joker. You'll notice that Mr. Letoy, I mean, you should know that he was a big owner in Kimberley, and his horses was trained by his sister Stephanie Miller. But it looks to me like most of his horses have now been moved to PE, to Montana Turner. I really wish her luck. I hope she does well, and might she find some winners for him. He's a big owner. He's put a lot of money. But yeah, he's also a victim of the closure of Kimberley. This is the first time on this track. Keep your eye out for this horse. It might run a good race. Then we go down. Also, I see Mr. Finlayson. What a guy. I mean, I know he does a lot of charity for Shane Shaw's, where Shane Shaw has got a feeding scheme, and we thank him for that. He is really a character. I've met him once or twice, and he is quite a character, and I wish him luck. I also wish Zitzwer stays in luck in his endeavors in Fairview. I really hope they do well. This horse is coming from Joburg, hasn't shown form, but I think one of his better achievements, he ran 10 innings behind Eden Rock, there 30 innings behind Johnny Euro. While Eden Rock is a grade 1 winner, Johnny Euro has won another race the other day. Your Place for Mine has won 1 or 2 more. Our man in Havana, Not a Donkey. But last time out, we finished 50 lengths behind, Blowing Faded. But put this horse in the back end of your quartets. You never know. This horse has run against some decent sorts. It comes off a rest, and it might be fresh after the rest. So keep it in mind. In Mark the Dormin, it's a perennial place getter, always placed, always dangerous. St. Patrick's Flame has run second, but I think they are stronger in this race. Then I like the look of number 7, Jeffrey Palace. Also, again, Zietsman, ex-Azios. This horse ran third ran third on Monday. He ran quite a forward race. I was surprised to see him so close up. I never expected that. So the horse is improving. Draw 1, and definitely a horse with a big chance. Then we get to the favorite, number 8, Nippy Sweetie, Duke of Marmalade by Isa Winter, by Western Winter. Well bred, has been placed in Kenilworth. So I suppose the people are expecting him to go one better in Fairview today on the poly. But if it wins, I don't say it will win. We cannot win, but I won't be rushing to take those short odds. I'd rather have a better number 7, and if this horse win. But as I said, I'm not betting a lot these days, so I might even not even put money on today. Mr. Katniss, his horses comes up when the least expected. So maybe if you've got a bit of money, pop his horses in your quartet for 4th place. If they come in, it will increase the payouts. Then I just want to mention number 12, Bella In, hasn't shown a lot of form. So, yeah, and then number 13, Field of Thunder. This horse can improve. Ran behind Mary Moon, but although 9 lengths behind. Now, first time on the poly. These philanthropists, they run well. It's out of a the dam out of a Jetmaster. So I think that those horses might like the poly. So do include in whatever play you do. Um, and then number 14, Hoover Fidget. It's a go deputy. Yeah, hasn't shown much form. Maybe the back ends of the quartets. So now let's move on to race number 3. Let's look at the betting first. And here's your betting. Forest on Friday, Smith, another 9 to 20, it's a 4.5 to 10. Wow. Then number 1, Orion Express, 6 to 1, 10 to 1, Mary Lee, 10 to 1, Royal Spurge, Ashcat 16, 20 to 1, and longer the others, number 8, Miss Trim's, Rubina Lace, 66, Sudden Dynasty, and 80 to 1, Yvonne's Princess. So let's quickly look at the form here. Number 1, Orion's Express. So while all, some of them run well by Fordwood. Ex-Cape Town horse has had one run, came close to, ran on well behind Overcount, so definitely in with a shout. I just want to confirm the distance again for you guys. Sorry, forgot that. It's a 1600 meters, maiden plate. So definitely a horse that can come up. Number 2, Mary Lee, also ex-Cape Town horse, had few runs, had a bit of placings, but is a half kilogram overweight, but drawn 1. So that should be a small advantage. Then number 3, Royal Splurge, always goes to the front, there and thereabouts. Last time out, ran a bit of an indifferent race, was moving up, but then faded again. Sudden Dynasty will have to improve rapidly. So is Yvonne's Princess. Ashcat has had one run, can improve over the longer distance, is bred for the longer distance, so maybe one to include in your quartets and trifectas. Then here's the favorite, Forest on Friday. It's had 2 runs, it ran well. I do think that this horse is the probable winner, but yeah, the odds are short to 4.5 to 10. Yeah, maybe better to keep your money in your pocket, or maybe banker it and play it with a quartet and hope for a nice payout. Now, if you do a quartet, number 8 and 9 will be definitely horses that you will have to include into that. They are both long prices, and if they came into the placings, the quartet will surely pay, and you will stand in a payout queue laughing. Miss Tibbs, over the longer distance last time, did show improvement, ran behind Overcount, which is also the same as number 1. And then it's drawn 2, so not badly drawn. And then number 9, Rubina Lace. Um, in the past, I've seen that this Music approvals, they like to run the poly and the sand. So I'm recommending this purely on that breeding. But also, if you have a look at it's carrying -4, so it's only carrying 52. It is a filly, and she did run on a little bit last time. Second fastest 400 to finish over the 1400. Definitely a horse I will include, because the Gavin Smith stable also in form. So let's now move on to race number 4. Let's look at the betting quickly. Race number 4. Race number 4, number 3, Fairy Godmother. Lady Smith 33 to 10. Lady Smith 15 to 4. Bridesmaid Blue 13 to 2. Never Let You Go 13 to 2. Easy by Far 11 to 1. Big Muff 13, 14 and 15, and Fly Miss Kim and 21, and longer the others. Let's look at the race number 4. It's a fillies and mare handicap. Let's quickly look at the class. The class is E57. Remember, I said to you in the past, this is vital information, because you're looking for horses that is running better classes, now down in class, maybe down in merit rating, and that will be a good pointer about the horse's chance. Now let's look at the horses here. Now let's look at number 1, Big Muff. Now, if you have a look where Big Muff has run, it's run 89. 83, 74, 70, and now it's down in class, drawn 4, and last time out ran 3.5 lengths. It doesn't show you, but I checked it. It ran behind 3.5 lengths behind the winner, which was not bad. I'm expecting this son of this daughter of Big Brown. Yeah, what a nice brood mare this will be if you look at the breeding. But anyway, we're not breeding now, we're racing. So I would think that definitely in this race, in with a huge chance because it is down in class, and I'm sure we'll win a race soon. It's now already 430 days since last win. Definitely a horse that I would not leave out. Number 2, Mistress of Dream, a little bit of form, it seems to me, might come back to form soon. Fairy Godmother, 3-year-old Soft Falling Rain out of a Tiger Reach mare. Ex-Joburg horse has had one run here. It won easily, but now over 1,600 meters. Yeah, you will have to see, and it's also drawn 14. So maybe I will not be rushing to back this horse, but it can win again. It is well bred. So they paid 1.2 million for it. Now it's finding itself in um, in PE. And yeah, let's see what happens. It belongs to Mr. and Mrs. Stephen Gell. For you who don't know, Mrs. Gell is Mary Oppenheimer's daughter, Mary Slack's daughter, Jessica. So just for the interest. Then Bridesmaids Blue Ex Fortune horse has run against some decent sorts in Joburg Tartan Dancer. That's one of you. Scent of a Dream. And then the Polly has run 4 times on a Polly for the third and the fourth. Might not like the Polly, but I can be mistaken. But also a horse that you can include into your play, whatever play you do. Then also Star of, sorry, I just want to go back here. Sorry, I just want to scroll down. Sorry about that. Doubled Over is also an ex-Joburg horse, now finding itself in PE. Battle to win a race in Joburg, and now running against Lisa. Might pop up some other time. She's a rock star, also an ex-Durban horse. Then went to Flamingo Park where it ran 2 seconds. Now back now in Fairview, and watch this one for improvement. 7 on Aces Queen ran a few good races a while ago, but didn't fare too well when returning after a race. Easy by far won after the race at 50-1, throwed everyone out. Yeah, also horse with some sort of ability can pop up. Keep out eye, look out for this. Star of Gibraltar, um, also ex-Joburg horse, has run 2 runs here on the Polly. Didn't show too much. Then after the race, might pop up, but not for me today. Number 10, Lady Smith, also run or gets places. It's now 829 days since last win. And yeah, definitely a horse of in with a chance, but always find somebody to beat her. In number 11, La Bastide. This was Tyson, we must watch him. This one was his horses is improving. This horse has got 55.5 minus 14. Didn't ran too bad behind easy so far. Has now got a weight advantage and can improve. Last time out behind Cherry Pop did fade, but maybe the pace was a bit hard. I think the 1600 will suit this horse better. But it's drawn 13. Throw into your quartets if you play, but can pop up at a long price. Number 12, Fly Miss Kim. Hasn't shown much, and even the first run after a race, maybe wait for more form improvement. Then we get to number 13, Never Let Go. I think this is one of the dangers in this race. This horse has had runs, had a good run before the race, came back and had a nice, decent run behind Cherry Pop up. First time out has had 3 runs over this distance for 1 second, although it doesn't show here. But I think Never Let You Go, Duncan McKenzie is finding a few winners. So definitely a horse not to lose, to leave out of your calculations. Then we get to Susie Mayweather. Had some in decent, in different form in Kimberley, will have to wait to improve. So let's now move on to the fifth race, which is merit rated 78 over 1900 meters. So let's look at the betting first. And the betting is as follows. Number 6, Okavango Delta, 53 to 10. Number 11, Two Guns, 11 to 2. Wiley's Flame, 7 to 1. Lord Marshall, 7 to 1. Arun Jack, 7 to 1. Najiski, 7 to 1. They're betting tight in this field. 10 to 1, Barberton Silver. Number 1, Sao Paulo, 16 to 1. And Guys Walk, 16 to 1 and longer. So let's have a look at this race. Now, guys, as I said before in my preview, I don't sometimes understand how do the bookmakers price up. But I want to show you something now. This horse, Sao Paulo, is a 7-year-old, 45 runs, 5 wins. Last time won over 312 days. But if you now go back and you have a look here, and you'll see that it's Class D, merit rating 69. Okay, please keep that in mind. Now, if you look here for a 69 and this horse's average ability rating against the horses you've run, you cannot find that. You can't find a 69. But what you do find is a 93, 2.5 lengths behind Madam Speaker, 4.75 behind Dancing in Seattle. Woodstock Ferry, Merrill is a champion horse. This horse ran Merrill to 1.85 lengths on the poly over 1900 meters. And then it ran over, I think this horse best distance, is maybe a little bit longer, but I'm speechless. This horse ran 5 point after the break, ran under 6 lengths if Madam Speaker. If you put Madam Speaker in this field, I tell you, she'll win by 10 minimum lengths. Okay. Last time out over the 76, they put it over 1,000 meters. It was too short. But look at the time, still 23.3. Look at that, 22.3, 22.27. This is good times, 400 to finish. Look at that, 22.8, 25. My gosh, this horse likes the poly. 4 wins, 3 seconds, 6 thirds, 5 fourths. And they price it up 16 to 1. Guys, go and help yourself. Take each way as much as you can. This horse will be involved in the finish. I can tell you that today. I don't know how this horse can be 16 to 1, but take the money and sit back and wait to collect. Because this horse will give you a run for your money. I will guarantee that today. Even the 63.5 won't stop him. And let me just quickly want to check here something. Now, if you look at the 63.5, top to bottom, before, if you don't take that into account, it's like 9 kilograms, 9.5 kilograms. Okay, I'll talk about Two Guns just now. So, guys, in my mind, Sao Paulo, go and help yourself. Then we move on to. I just want to quickly check something. Number 5. Then we want to move on to another horse that I want to discuss. Wiley's Flame has run well over this, not in the same class as number 1. Last time out behind American Express, it did fade, but do have a chance. It's well bred. Wiley all out of a Western Winter May. And yeah, the breeding is but drawn 11. Number 3, Lord Marshall. Also, if you want to have a look, he's also run against some decent horses. And I'm expecting this horse. Last time out stayed on. The only drawback of him is the draw there, 12. But I have seen horses winning from there. But this can be a nice place horse. Aranuus, always there and thereabouts. So also horse that have chance at Jade Walks, also there and thereabouts. Okavango Delta, gee, this horse doesn't know how to give up. It's always there and there, always dangerous. So don't leave out this horse because it really do have a chance. 7 Barberton Silver. 7 Barberton Silver, I see as a as an improver. I think last time I did won a maiden. Yeah, as I said before, and I've burned my fingers a few times, but I like horses to wait and see after a maiden where they go. So, but East Draw 3 can probably run a good race if you want to include that. Number 8, Phantom Rolls, won a maiden last time out. Same applies as for the horse before. Then Nazinski's son also won a graduation, and then after race ran third about New Grande, but in a much lower class than number 1 has competed in. Also drawn 10. Sark is an ex-Kimberley horse. We'll have to wait and see what happens here. Although it's nicely bred, Silvana out of Ilha de Vitoria, they paid 1.3 billion, but this horse will not recoup that money, I can guarantee you that. But just, nicely bred, wait and see. Drawn 2, maybe it can improve, but only time will tell. Yeah, I want to talk about Two Guns. Now, Two Guns went to Kimberley as a one-time winner. He's now a 7-time winner. The guy, this horse really enjoyed the sand. He runs well on the sand. Last time out, not straightening out, so you can forget about it. He's getting -4, carrying 50 kilograms. And if this horse takes to the poly, it goes to the front because this guy likes to go to the front. And once he's in front, he's not stopping. So do include that into your play. It might boost your dividend. Yeah, and also again, Montana Turner, I'm glad for her. She's a young girl. She works hard, and I hope she does well. Okay, then let's move on to the next race. Guys, and this is what I want to tell you today. There's a few favorites, but I think there is a few nice bets that you can line up even on an each way. You will collect, you'll still make a profit. So let's look at race number 6. Race number 6, number 8, Duke of the Cards, 22 to 10. Tarsus 28 to 10. Philos 9 to 2. Glory Days 15 to 2. Dubla 10 to 1. Spirit of Song 12 to 1. Toltec 14 to 1. Ben Hur 16. Master Newton 16, and Let's Blaze 53 to 1. So let's do our assessment of this race 6 over 1400 meters, Class C 83. Now, let's go back to the betting. Toltec 14 to 1. Now let's look at Toltec. You remember I said here, let me just show you again. Class C 83. Okay, where we at with number 1. Toltec ran, born to perform. Born to perform is like a 6-7-time winner. It is run in the future the other 2 weeks ago. Padre Pio, it's on record where Dennis Boss said that this horse is a very good horse. This horse, Padre Pio, ran second in a future against Wild Coast the other day in Durban. Only 4.8 lengths behind. Then it won a 79. A 79, okay? Average rating with 6 lengths, counting stars over the 1600 meters. Shogun, it beat Shogun. Shogun was at one stage one of the better horses in Kimberley. Okay, so it came to PE, beat Shogun. It's had 4 runs on the poly, 1 win, a second, and a 4th out of 4 runs. Okay. And look at it, 95, 94, 97, 91, 95, BBAAB. They priced this horse up 14 to 1. This horse ran under a length, course and distance behind Madam Speaker 2 weeks ago. Ran on well, 22.5, 22.9. My goodness, guys, go and help yourself. Take each way as much as you can. Take all that comes with Sao Paulo. Each way, help yourself. This is going to be also in the firing line. I'm sure about that. Although it's carrying 65.5. So let's see where we are at with this car. Okay, bottom 54 to 65. We're talking 9 kilograms. It's not that bad because they are upping the top of the weights because they said minimum weight is 54. So because we are not seeing horses carrying 60.5, then we think, oh goodness, this horse is carrying too much. But keep in mind, you have to look on what is the range from top to bottom. 9 kilogram means we had lots of instances where horses was carrying 60 and the bottom weight, I think the minimum weight was 52. Okay. So let's move on after this. That's why I say I don't need cut and dry today for favorites. Glory Days come back after is coming back after race, but also if you look at this 76, 85, 84, 88, 80, 96, 93. Foreign Source won again the other day. World Radar beat this horse by 6.7. She's won some future races. This horse was good enough to take to Joburg, although 10 lengths behind Mill Queen. But there's many runners in that race that has won. Dancing in Seattle. Luna West, 9 runs, 2 wins, 4 places, 4 thirds. So it's 8 out of 9 times in the placings. My goodness. So and another horse you can take swingers with 1 and 2, and you'll probably make some money. So not a horse to leave out. Then there is other horses with some form, but in weaker divisions, and you know, so I'm not going to discuss all of them, but they do have chances. But to my mind, number 1 is one of your better bets of the day, and it's 14 to 1. I just want to have a look at these people that says Tarsus. I can tell you now, without conviction, I feel 1400 meters is too far for this horse. Although the breeding suggests that it's not, but this horse has run twice over this distance to manage 1/4. That was behind Segway, and that was a year ago. Given every chance, in touch, no finish. So I would think, and it's not it is, although it's run against some better horses, but not in the same class as number 1, Toltec. Now here we are with the favorite. Now the last time this horse won, he won in a 68. In a 68. He's now running against horse that has won in much higher classes, giving them like only getting 4 kilograms for him. I cannot understand how this horse can be favored, but as I say, I'm not a bookmaker, and I might be eating my cake afterwards, but yeah, I'm not wrong often. So just for interest, when you play a quartet and you play a multiple, pop this horse into the back end of your quartets. This is not I'm just got a feeling that this horse is better than its form. A week ago, it ran behind Bayview Express and faded. Now it's in PE. Always dangerous when a horse first time out in PE from another center. So just pop this into the back end of your quartets. I don't think it can win, but yeah, if it comes in the back end of your quartets, you'll be laughing when you're collecting your money, thanking Outsider Genie. So now move on to race number 7 of 1400 meters. Let's look at the betting. Here we have Marmara C, 5 to 2, 4 to 1 Line King, 6 to 1 Lazarus 3, Reach for the Line 7 to 1, Ocean Master 9 to 1, November Storm 9 to 1, Viva Piapa 14 to 1, Falcon Rock 16, Humanitarian 16, and Fresh Desert 33, and higher the rest. So let's look at the form here. We're looking here at the D67 over the 1400 meters. It's a better rated 72 handicap, where the favorite is number 1, Marmara C. All right, Marmara C has had 2 wins in the center, unbeaten over shorter. I'm not so sure if this horse is going to win over longer distances, but it has run against some fair horses, including numbers. This was Christopher Robin, who won a small future, and Miras, not the donkey herself, but over longer distances. And then they bring her back over the smaller differences. It's well, but it's soft falling rain from Alborian Sea. She was a sprinter out and out, 1,000 meters, one of quite a few races. It's drawn 14. I won't be rushing to back this horse, but it can win. Number 2, Falcon Rock, into my mind, is a better bet than number 1, because if you look here, as we said, we're now running in a 67 ability rating. Last time out, this horse, you cannot find a 67 here. It's distance 7 runs, been placed 3 times. Okay, so if you and then also a nice thing that you can look at sometimes, I forget to look at it, but I do sometimes. They give you a class, how many runs this horse has had in this class. Now, if you look at class D, this horse has had 4 runs in class D and won 3 of them. So we just quickly have a look here. You see class D, 1 run, 1 win. Okay, so that is sometimes also indication how the horse is going to run in this class. So Falcon Rock, last time out behind Lion King, 1600 meters, made steady headway, 24.5. And I think this horse will run better on the poly, has had some good form on the poly, won 3 races on the poly. So definitely a horse, and the horse is like 16 to 1. What value do you want? Falcon Rock, 16 to 1. So here you go, each way. Then a horse that I want to talk about is this Lazarus Tree. Now, Lazarus Tree is a front runner. It's drawn 1. It's coming from Joburg. It has run against some decent horses in the past. I want to just point you to this run over 1400 meters on the 18th of January behind Roy Tom. It nearly beat Roy Tom in a 79. Roy Tom came out yesterday, ran a nice race, and ran 4th in strong company. So first time out, drawn 1, definitely the horse that I won't be leaving out. Kapama, I think has won 4 races out of 5, something like that. So, and as I said, this horse likes to go to the front, and he might be able to go start to finish in this race. Also, it's a horse chestnut out of a Salvador mare, nice breeding, cost 155, but as last time won over 500 days. But I remember this horse, I think, won 2 races in a row at one stage. Lion King won last time in this division, in a little bit higher division. Now down in divisions, carrying 62.5. But I do think you'll find it difficult to win on the poly going start to finish, although it has won start to finish over the 69, but that was in a maiden over, and that was in Flamingo Park. Then French Legend is currently off form. I also want to look at number 7, Reach the Line, has run in this class last time out behind Toro Lake, no extra late. I think we'll have to improve in this race. This is one of the things I can't understand in racing. This horse came out first time out, and he won like a champion at 16 to 1. They backed it from 51 to 16 to 1. Then it ran a third, 3 lengths behind Master Newton. And I think the trainer must have thought, gee, I've got a good one here. And then the wheels just fell off. Yeah, what a pity. I think it must be a big disappointed if you have 2 runs, like the first 2 runs, and then after the wheels just fell off. Although I must admit that race behind World Rather was a little bit in higher class. But yeah, I can't see this horse win, but that's when I sometimes land up with egg in my face. The Carpenter, a 5-1 winner, you never know when he's going to pitch up. Then I want to talk about this Viva Piapa. Now, this is an ex-terrier horse. Now, I don't know for you who don't know that. This horse ran in one of these sales races, and he ran as a maiden against winners, and he won that race. And that was the only race he won. And I thought, gee, this horse is going to go on. And but this horse never really trade on. I've been following it for a long time, and maybe the poly or Fairview, it would improve. It came back last time out in a 71. Carty, she is carrying extra kilograms, just note that. And it says you can improve. So keep your eye out for this horse. I think this guy might be an improver, a filly that might improve with racing. So keep an eye out on that. Then number 11, Ocean Master, getting 4 kilograms, only carrying 52.5. Last time out, got collared on the line by Toro Lake, same jockey, and plus minus the same weight. But this horse has run on this distance and won its maiden by 6.25 lengths. So keep your eye out for this. A while ago, November Storm is also one of those horses. He keeps on running places, always involved in the finish. Was there 2 lengths behind Marmara C, and the weight difference was like a half kilogram. Okay, a half kilogram for 2 lengths. So let's quickly, I just want to quickly check again what is Marmara C carrying. She's carrying 62.5, drawn 14. November Storm is carrying 55. So it's 7 kilograms difference for a 2-length win. Really? I only saw this now, and that must bring in November Storm in with a huge chance. So definitely include this into your play. I only saw it now. So definitely a runner that you have to include into your play. Then, okay, let's move on. Sylvian Saint, they have run a few good races in Kimberley. Now we have to wait to see how it's going to run here. And the same goes for Man After Midnight. It looks to me like Stephanie Miller might have retired as a trainer. What a lady. I met her and she's really a nice person. Then we get to the 8th race, Class E, 63, 1200 meters. Let's just look at the betting quickly. Just for intercept, I've seen November Storm 9-1. Yeah. Race 8. Macrobe 5-1, 11-2. So they're betting 5-1 the field. 6-1 Toro de El Oro, 6-1 Linda Love Race, Half Fawn, Chainsaw, Frankie Two Shoes, Basilica Santo, Sherwood Forest, Scolding 25-1, and 53 and higher the rest. So let's look at this race quickly. 1200 meters, E63. Now here we have ex-Jabagov, Half Fawn, has run over the 1600 meters, a maiden, and then ran a few places. Now first time on poly, and it's drawn 14, and it's going over the shorter distance. So not sure what to think, but I would include just for in case. I have seen horses coming back from a race that normally runs on further distance, but because it's fresh, it do run well. Microbe also ex-Joburg course, but has been in here for a year now in PE. Always runs there and thereabouts. There ran behind by Mara C. Well, that will bring in with a chance. A third run after race do have a chance. Toro del Oro, also exterior horse, been leading in, drawn 13, unfortunately. Has run against some decent races at some decent horses there. If you look at it, 81, 71, 70, 76, 82, there's a 93. 008 is no donkey. So that brings it number 3, Toro del Oro, in with a chance. So definitely a horse that you cannot leave out of your play. Down in class, can run on this distance, do include. Linda Lovelace, also a Snowwolf Cape Town horse, has had a win, and then last time out before the race didn't fare too well. Watch for improvement. Hidden Influence, also Dean Connermeyer, ex-inmate, has won over this distance in Natal, has run some fair races. Last time out again after the race, not didn't run too well post-race distress. Wait for improvement. Frankie Two Shoes is a horse that I waited for it to win, and when he did win, eventually it was 12-1. I had a few runs on it, but you'll have to wait and see. We'll probably go to the front, try and catch me. Yeah, might catch the opposition out to go to the front. Then Takatool ex Kimberley horse, wait for improvement. Then I want to look at number 8, Chainsaw. Number 8 Chainsaw is also ex-Joburg horse and has had 2 runs in Kimberley, in PE, between Twin Falls and Toro Lake, both promising runs. Today drawn 1, has run against some decent horses in Joburg, and to my mind, the horse they have to beat, number 8 Chainsaw. Then we look at number 10 Reconnaissance. It's also a Zitzman Oorstation horse. Yeah, will have to improve, but they have run in this class and in this track, so can surprise. Last time 9 lengths behind New Grande. Include if you can afford. Then I want to talk to now about number 11 Basilico Santo. This is a dynasty gelding out of a Daniel Dancer mare. Wow, what a nice breeding. Now, I remember this day on the 6th of July when this horse won. I actually tipped this horse to win this race. It was 44-1, and I really felt good for tipping this horse. Then this horse has run against some decent horses, True Charm, Not a Donkey, and Grinenwald. Now it's on the poly. Although it's drawn 11, it likes to go to the front, and this might also be a horse that can go to the front, and they might battle to catch it. So definitely include this horse in your play, as I really feel that this is a horse that can be a dangerous runner. So let me just share with Forest. Then just want to mention start of preview. This horse won its first race, and it's not showing. Oh, it is showing here. And then from there, it just went, it never showed again, but it's now getting 4 kilograms down, and that might be in its favor, as coming from a very long rest, and maybe the horse run fresh, include into your play. And 14 Scolding will have to wait for improvement. That ran third behind Sherry Pop. I might admit I'd never see where it finished last week. Drawn 12 might be in with a small chance. And then we get into the reserve runners. So then that concludes our preview for today at Fairview. I hope you have a nice day, and as I always say, break a leg.